Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to NFL News with Isaac Cruz, your Week 4 prediction show. I'm going to let you guys know I had a really bad week last week. I was 9-7, which brings my Week 4 prediction records to 32-16. So we'll see how this week goes. The first game I'm going to get started with is a Thursday night game. It's the oldest rivalry in the game. The Chicago Bears will travel to Green Bay to face the Packers. For the Bears, they just got the first win last week. You know, the run game looked very, very good. Mike Lennon is still not doing good. For the Packers, they're still without some key starters. Might not play on Thursday. And for this game, I'm going to go ahead and pick the Packers. It's quite simple. They're at home. They're very tough to beat at home. So I'm going to take the Packers in that one. The next game will be the Saints at the Dolphins. The Saints team came alive last week. Carolina won and by winning the first game, looked very good on both sides of the ball. As for the Dolphins, they were upset by the Jets, held to just 6 points. For this game, my prediction, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Miami Dolphins at home. Their first home game of the year, actually. The third game is the Buffalo Bills and the Atlanta Falcons. So the Bills are coming off that impressive win over the Denver Broncos. Tyrod Taylor, the offense looked very good, and they're starting to click slowly, coming around. The defense looked really good too as well. For the Falcons, they were one of the two teams entering Week 4, 3-0. You know, the offense and had been playing lights out. And the defense been playing good too, but they could perform a little bit better on that side of the ball. For the prediction for this game, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Falcons at home. Falcons are a really good team looking to win the NFC again this year. The next game on the schedule is the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to face the Cleveland Browns. This Battle of Ohio is a battle between 0-3 teams. The Bengals coming out that heartbreaking loss last week in Green Bay. Offense finally got going and scored some points after switching with the offensive coordinator. For the Browns, it's really still the same for this team, still making the critical mistakes during the games. You know, they had a chance to beat the Colts last week for their first win. Obviously not happen. For the prediction for this game, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Cleveland Browns at home. You know, they showed some tough and grit last week, and I feel like they're going to finally get to one at home. Next game on the schedule, the LA Rams travel to face the Dallas Cowboys. For the Rams, it's quite simple. The offense has been on a roll, scoring points this past few weeks. Todd Gurley, as well as Jared Goff, and Sammy Watkins have all been playing very well. The defense has also held their own on that side of the ball. The Cowboys, the run game got back on track on Monday night against the Cardinals, and the Dallas defense performed very well. For this game, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Dallas Cowboys at home. I feel that Dak and Zeke are going to have a really good game against that Rams defense. And the next game we have on our schedule, we have the Detroit Lions traveling to face the Minnesota Vikings. For this game, the Lions coming off that heartbreaking loss against the Falcons at home. The defense did play well. They came with three interceptions over Matt Ryan. For the Vikings, the backup quarterback, Case Keenum, rebounded well and played one of his best games of his career against Tampa Bay. He also did hook up with Stephon Diggs a few times. The prediction for this game, I'm going to go ahead and pick the Lions to win on the road. I feel like the Lions defense is just a little bit better, and the offense overall is a better team, better unit than the Vikings. The next game, we have the Carolina Panthers traveling to face the New England Patriots. For the Panthers, this team has struggled on both sides versus the Saints. Cam Newton has not looked like himself. You know, since that shoulder surgery that he has, he's kind of struggled. For the Patriots, they narrowly beat the Texans at home. You know, the Pats' offense is one of the best. However, the defense is the worst in the league statistically. But for this, I got to go with the prediction of this game. I have to go with the Patriots at home. You know, you cannot bet against Tom Brady in Foxborough, especially after last week's comeback win. It's hard to go against them. The next team we have the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to face the New York Jets. The Jaguars, they looked very good against Baltimore last week in London. The defense looked fast, quick. You know, they're flying around. The cornerback tandem with Jalen Ramsey and AJ Boyd looked like one of the best in the league. For the New York Jets, they held the Dolphins to 9 points to get their first win. Jets offense slowly starting to come around now. You know, Robbie Anderson, the wide receiver, is the big star in that offense. For the prediction for this game, I'm going to go ahead and go with the New York Jets at home. I think they're going to, the Jets defense will get after Blake Bortles and force them to interceptions. And one of the highlights of the schedule for Week 4, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to face the Baltimore Ravens in this intense, heated rivalry. The Steelers are coming off that upset last week against the Bears. Their run defense got thrashed by Jordan Howard. The Steelers' offense is up and down right now. Big Ben and Le'Veon Bell slowly starting to come around. Antonio Brown has held his own. For Baltimore, they looked lost against the Jacksonville Jaguars last week. And the run game was inconsistent. The offensive line needs to find a way to gel together after losing guard Marshall Yanda. The defense needs to fix some mistakes and generate a pass rush and get turnovers. They did not get that last week. For the prediction for this game, I'm going to go ahead and go with Baltimore at home. They normally are tough against the Steelers at home, so I think the Ravens rebound for this game. The Titans looked very good against the Seattle Seahawks at home last week. Both sides of the ball looked very good, but they're going to have a hard time going and face the Texans when they travel to Houston this week. The Texans almost upset the Patriots in Foxborough. Deshaun Watson is getting much more comfortable with the offense. For the prediction for this game, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Houston Texans at home. I feel like Deshaun Watson is going to make a few plays, and the defense will come up big. The 49ers are still looking for that first win. They have lost some key players on defense. This offense needs more explosive plays out of some of the playmakers that they have. The running game is average. They're going to travel to the desert to face the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals' offense is very inconsistent. That offensive line has not been protecting Carson Palmer at all. And it clearly shows that the Cardinals have really missed their running back, David Johnson. For the prediction for this game, I'll go ahead and go with the Arizona Cardinals at home. I feel that they are much better than the 49ers. The 49ers still will not get their first win. It's been a miserable 3 weeks for the Los Angeles Chargers, and it could get even more miserable when the Philadelphia Eagles come to Los Angeles this week. And the Eagles are coming off that thrilling win for the Giants. The Chargers held their own up at home against the Kansas City Chiefs. The offense needs some big more plays, especially from Travis Benjamin. For the prediction, I'm going to go ahead and go with an upset. I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Chargers to win their first game. I feel that they're going to hold tight with the Eagles, and Phillip Rivers is going to make a big play at the end of the game. Well, it's been quite horrible to watch the New York Giants offense this past couple weeks. They're going to see if they can go to Tampa Bay this week and try to change their fortune. The Giants offense is slowly coming back to form, especially with Odell Beckham Jr. back in the lineup. Sterling Shepard, their other star wide receiver, needs to make more plays continuously. On the other side of the ball, Jameis Winston, the quarterback for the Buccaneers, had a really bad game against the Vikings. But for this one, I'm going to go ahead and pick the Buccaneers at home. I think that the Buccaneers defense will get to Eli Manning and that really bad offensive line. In the next game, we have the Oakland Raiders traveling to face the Denver Broncos. For this game, we have the Raiders show that they had some things to fix in the loss against Washington. The Raiders' pass defense needs to be fixed. Kirk Cousins threw for 365 yards, so that pass defense is really bad. The Denver Broncos, they lost their first game against the Buffalo Bills. Trevor Siemian had threw 2 costly interceptions at the end of the game. For this game, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Broncos. I think Trevor Siemian is going to take advantage of that porous Raiders pass defense. For the Sunday night game, we have the Jacoby Brissett-led Colts traveling to the Pacific Northwest to face the Seattle Seahawks. The Colts got their first win in the season last week against the Browns. Jacoby Brissett had 2 rushing touchdowns. There was a report that came out the other day that Andrew Luck is aiming a Week 6 return against the Tennessee Titans. For the Seattle Seahawks, tough game, road loss against the Titans. The offensive line still has issues. The defense was exposed in the run and pass. But for this one, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Seattle Seahawks at home. That 12th man has a big major advantage for this team. And for our last game for Week 4, we have the Monday Night Football game. We have the Washington Redskins traveling to the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs. The Redskins looked very good on both sides of the ball against Oakland last week, and they're going to try to continue it against the Chiefs this week. The Chiefs are still undefeated at 3-0, and both sides of the ball have been playing extremely well. But for this game, I got to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. To go 4-0. They just look like one of the best teams of the league this year, and they really do look like they're headed for an AFC championship. Thanks for watching my Week 4 NFL prediction show. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe down below. We will see you for Week 5.